completing the square. So completing the square allows us to take something in this form and put it into something where it will be factored into two identical things that are all equal to 0. It also allows us to take something in this form and put it into what we call vertex form of a quadratic. And so, for example, given something like this, we want to complete the square. So the first thing we need to know is how do we make this what's called a perfect square trinomial. And so the first thing we do is we need to find out this letter, I refer to it as C. So we're going to find out C. Well, C is b divided by 2 squared. Then what we're going to do is add it and subtract it to the same equation, therefore not changing it. You'll see what I mean in a second. So the first thing we do is find C. Well, in this case, our b is -6, so that goes there. So C equals -6 divided by 2 squared. Well, that's -3 squared, which is equal to 9. So we take our quadratic and we're going to add a slot to it. We're going to subtract the same number on the outside. So all I've done is right here, I'm going to add and subtract the same number in the middle. Therefore, not changing the equation because I'm adding and subtracting the same number. They cancel each other out. But what it does is it allows us to manipulate the equation to put it into a different form. So the number that goes in the spaces is our C. So we get 9 here and 9 here. Notice if I were to drop the parentheses and combine everything, these two 9s would cancel each other out, and I'd be right back to what I started. Therefore, I haven't changed the function. But this factors. So this factors into x minus 3, x minus 3. These two on the outside combine to make plus 3. Since we have two identical binomials, we can say x minus 3 squared plus 3 equals 0. So notice this is now in vertex form. Our vertex being 3, 3, and our polynomial or quadratic opening up because it has a positive first term. Let's try our next example. So for example, if I have x squared plus 10x minus 3. So I'm going to find my C. So 10 divided by 2 squared equals 5 squared, which equals 25. So right after the 10x, we're going to add and subtract that same number. So we're going to add 25 and subtract 25. This now factors to be x plus 5, x plus 5. This combines to be minus 28. So we get x plus 5 squared on the outside and minus 28 after. So our vertex is now -5, -28, and our quadratic or polynomial opens up.